Hello, welcome back again. Before we started with getting acquainted with Excel, let's discuss something we call a roadmap. With all Office packages, there is a similar look. They have designed a similar look which resemble all in Excel. It has all these tabs on top here. Even in Word, it has the same similar look, except they are different in colors. That we can say yes, they have different colors. But if you check all the Microsoft Office packages, they have the similar look. Well, with that similar look, we can cover something called roadmap. From that roadmap is where we can understand each other when we are dealing, we're covering the next videos when we say navigating, how you can navigate it from one tab, from one menu, from one button to another. Then that roadmap is like this. It has to go through something called tabs, and we'll have something called ribbon. From ribbon, we'll have something called group. From group, we'll have buttons, buttons and commands. Yes. So we need to study this roadmap, which indicates it comprises of group, ribbon, group, and buttons and command. So for example, you are given a task to insert a table in Word. Let me start demonstrating this in Word, and then we'll go to Excel to understand how these things, how the roadmap is. Insert a table. Well, to be able to insert a table, for any person who already is familiar with using Microsoft or Microsoft Word, you'll know you'll have to go to Insert tab. From Insert tab, you'll go to Table and then to Table button, and then you will select the table and you will complete inserting the table. Then how do we have we navigated from tabs, ribbon, groups, and buttons and command, which we have we had a successful inserted of a table. So let's start with any Office program. Microsoft Office has several programs. With any of those programs, on top there are these buttons. These buttons are called tabs. So in order to be able to navigate through different context of the Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, you'll be needing to navigate through tabs. So what I'm pressing now, these are tabs. So this one is a home tab, insert tab, draw tab, design tab, and so forth. When I press the any tab I'm pressing, there is a ribbon which is changing. That's something which is changing below here. That is, we call it a ribbon. A ribbon is containing a groups, which groups containing buttons and command. So for example, we go to reinsert another table, the procedure will be, from whatever tab will be, we'll need to navigate to insert tab. Remember, this insert is a tab. After we have reached the insert tab, we'll see the insert ribbon. After we are in the ribbon, we'll find the group table, the group named tables. From the group named tables, we find a button called table, and is enabling us to add a table. From there, we can insert a table with any number of column or rows depending on our need of that table. So this roadmap is very helpful. So it's very helpful since it can help when anyone is trying to help you with Excel or with any application, MS Office application, will be needing that roadmap to direct you on what command, on what step to take forth, so that you can solve your problem or to solve any particular issue. Let's try that in in Excel. For example, in Excel, we can have these numbers. In order to be able to add those numbers, let's assume we are trying to use the formula tab. The procedure will be needing to go to formula tab. From formula tab, we'll be required to find the functional library group. From functional library group, and then we'll highlight these numbers which we want to add and use the auto sum function from there, which is the button. Once I press that button, here the answer of the sum, the sum of the those numbers displayed in cell A1, A2, and A3 will be displayed in cell A4. I followed the roadmap here to reach the answer, to get the answer, to get the buttons which I required. I had to find them so that I can find the sum of the numbers. So that is the roadmap. The roadmap, always remember, it comprises of tabs, ribbon, groups, and buttons and command, which are being comprised inside a group. So let's discuss tabs. In tabs section here, there are several types of tabs. For example, in Word, there are these we say constant tabs, tabs which you can always see all the time. There is home, insert, draw, design, but there is something, there is a tab which are usually called context active tabs. For example, when I touch a table here, you can see there is a table design and layout tab which are added because the context I'm dealing with now is with editing table or dealing with tables. Hence, there is more tabs which are added to our tab layout on top of the word so that we can have more function dealing with tables. Hence, the tabs are not just only the one which appear there which are static, but we can have context active tabs. These tabs are called context active because they can only appear when you are in that context. We'll continue seeing such kind of tabs when we are going with the advanced Excel, with the advanced function and formula. We'll see those. Another thing I want to cover with this roadmap, with recent Excel, from, for example, the one I'm using now is 2019. You have to go to account. Yes, from account you can see this one is 2019. So this series video will be showing features which are probably available from 2016, 2019, and more recently version of Office available. There is a feature which enable you to search. For example, we inserted the table here, we inserted a table here. These tables, we inserted both tables using the roadmap. We had to go to Insert tab. From Insert tab, we had to find the group which called Tables, and then we had to click the button called Adding to add table. For example, let's assume you're in Reference and you are requested to add a table. Let's assume you don't know the tab, you don't know the group, you don't know the button. You can go to, on top, there is a search place called Tell Me What to Do. It's available in Excel. It's also available in Word. So from that search place, which is saying, from this search area, which is saying, tell me what to do, you can just say, add table. And then from there, it can show you a table. It can show you commands which are specifically for adding your table. There is add table, insert table, draw table, table of contents. Then from there, you can know in which context the table I wanted was with, the table I wanted was to do what. So, for example, you also forget to add the word add. You can just say table, and then you'll have table of content, add table. So if your context is just finding the table, we'll find the table and drop it, and we'll be already inserted that table. So from there, we'll be already having to be able to deal with any tab or to deal with any command which is found in Excel by searching or by following the roadmap. The next video will be dealing about the introduction to Excel, the columns, the rows, and the cell address. Thank you.